What's good, YouTube? Ben here. Welcome to the next video on the channel. In this one, I'm going to give you my next Steel Path viable build on Warframe, and this one's going to be for Amanata. Let's get into this. Alright, so Amanata is the new melee weapon that released with the Kumi update, which was very recent, and I finally got a build on it. And we're going to go into it. I'll show you on Steel Path what it can do. So we're going to start with the build. We've got Bleeding Willow as the stance mod, which is a blend of strong and rapid strikes with leaping combos. We've got Primed Pressure Point for 165% melee damage. Now, you can run the specific mod that you get from Sayer's Visions on this. The reason I'm not is because you have to over-specialize into using a lot of melee in order to actually get the effect of it to fully pop off. But because I'm using a more general build, because I like to hop between melee, primary and secondary, I'm running Prime Pressure Point. However, you can run that mod in place of this. Just pointing that out. Galvanized Reflex for 50% heavy attack efficiency and on melee kill plus 20% initial combo for 20-second stacks 4 times. So this gives you a real... This is one of the new Galvanized mods for melee. It allows you to basically get initial combos and some heavy attack efficiency, which is great. Galvanized Steel for 110% critical chance and times 2 for heavy attacks. On melee kill plus 30% critical damage for 20-second stacks 4 times. This basically means you're constantly doing higher critical damage and you've got higher critical chance. Blood Rush, 40% critical chance, stacks with combo multiplier. So this works in combination with this, which gives you initial combo on melee kill, which is fantastic. It gives you a bunch more critical chance. Basically means you're always landing criticals. Organ Shatter for 90% critical damage. Vicious Frost for 60% cold and 60% status chance. Virulent Scourge for 60% toxin and 60% status chance. And Volcanic Edge for 60% heat and 60% status chance. So we're running heat and viral, which are viral is to help cut through that health thanks to the slash procs, and heat to cut through armor, so it helps to get rid of them a lot quicker. Excuse me. And then of course you've got your standard heavy attack stuff here. Now, I'm not running a melee adapter because I don't have any melee arcanes at the moment. I'm still trying to farm them. But you can run any one you want in here. Anyone that would benefit the critical build, essentially, you could run in here. So feel free to do that. But we're going to go into the mission. I'll show you what this thing can do. Alright, so as per normal, we're at Oxymoko in the Void. I'll quickly explain why we're here, as I always do. So Oxymoko is in the Void, and the Void is one of the latest game areas on the Steel Path, giving you corrupted enemies, sorry, I lost track. Giving you corrupted enemies, that are enemies with just health, enemies with health and shields, and enemies with all of it and high armor, giving you a more varied example of what your weapon / Warframe can do. Also, I'm going to quickly point out, these are Steel Path viable builds. So whilst these are viable for you to use on the Steel Path, they're probably not going to get you to level cap, which is 9,999 enemies. If that's what you're here for, then you're probably not going to get that high. But what these builds do allow you to get through the Steel Path. And I'm also using Necros Prime, who's not using any melee enhancement mods or anything, so you'll get a varied example of what he can do as well. But as you can see, after one kill, we are absolutely shredding enemies. And because this weapon is a polearm, you've got a decent amount of range as well as speed on the attacks as well. So as you can see, we are absolutely shredding. Now, another cool thing with Amanata as well that a lot of people don't know is that it also gives you partial decrees, as you can see them flashing up on screen. So, like, at the moment, we're getting affected by all of Kumi's 5 blessings. It'll just be random effects that pop off, which makes it a really solid weapon, because you get random effects that help you anyway. But as you can see, we are shredding through enemies pretty darn fast, which is very nice. Now, normally, if I'm running melee, I do run Atlas Prime, because my Atlas Prime has Steel Charge, which allows for higher melee damage. But, of course, for this instance, I'm using Necros, so I don't get that attack boost. So you can see what this weapon can do with just its build on. But, honestly, solid weapon. Like, I would put this in the same category as Legion. Like, Legion's great. For those who've never used Legion, I would highly recommend. It is such a solid polearm. But we are getting up to the max multiplier pretty darn fast. And that's what the Amanata specific mod does, because both of the new weapons have specific mods you can farm from Sayer's Visions, which I just prefer using Prime Pressure Point, mainly just because of... I didn't mean to do that. RIP. Hang on, that's fine. I can just drop down. But because of the new Galvanize mod as well, as you can see, our base critical multiplier is ×5. So you already start with a ×5 multiplier anyway, which is great because it allows you to do some insane nonsense. Leech Eximus is now just going to die. Banging. Oh, I love a load of enemies here because it's now just... they get wrecked. Like, look at all these enemies, then just getting annihilated. Like, I shouldn't have any problem getting the Acolyte to spawn. So as per normal, I will stay until the Acolyte spawns, just so you can see what the weapon can do against the Acolyte. To me, I see that... I see the specific mod for this as kind of the way I do with, you know, like the Prime Bane mods on primaries and secondaries and stuff. Like, feel free to use them. Like, if you want to use the Amanata mod over Prime Pressure Point, feel free to do so. Because if you're going to over-specialize into melee, it works better for you. Because I don't, it works better for me to use Prime Pressure Point. Because you get more consistent damage. Because the Amanata mod, what it allows you to do is it allows you to... once you hit combo multiplier ×8, it applies a random status effect to an enemy, which is great. Plus, it gives you bonus damage as well. But again, you have to then use melee for a lot of the mission. And like I said, I like to hop between melee, primaries, and secondaries, especially considering at this point I've got so many primaries and secondaries that can work very well on the steel path. But honestly, I would say out of the two new weapons, this is my favorite one. It's just a solid polearm. You can put a build on it, go through steel path, no issues. Here we go. Acolyte time. I'm gonna cut this guy down quick. Hello. Where's he gone? Ow. 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 That's not good. That is definitely not good. Oh. I'm probably gonna die. Gonna mercy kill that guy to get him out of the way. There we go. Stupid Acolyte. There we go. Use a heavy attack and he will just go. There we go. That was a bit sketchy for a second there because the stupid heavy armored Eximus. Oh my god. I hate having those around when I'm trying to take out an Acolyte. Hello? Thank you. But yeah, let me know what you think about this build in the comments down below. Don't forget you can also support the channel further just by liking, commenting, and subscribing. They do help with the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget you can also support the channel a bit further by becoming a channel member from as little as 99 pence per month. And don't forget I do live stream. When I go live here on YouTube and over on Twitch. My streams here on YouTube are in the shorts form feed, some more for mobile, but if you want to catch the exact same streams at the exact same time in full 1080p, then feel free to join me on Twitch. That link is in the description below.